Hi everyone, in this second video we will explore how you can use the voice recognition tools and speakback tools so you can check your learning. We will look at some of the functionality of Keynote and how you can then submit your learning to a learning platform. So let's jump in. So now what we're going to do, we're going to use the notes tool to write our sentences based on the keywords that we've highlighted in the PDF document. Here we're going to use the split screen so we can have notes on one side and the PDF on the other. So let's open our notes first. So I'm going to tap on notes and now I'm going to create a brand new note. So I'm going to tap on the square with the pencil in the top right corner. Now this is a new note. Let's make this full screen and I'm going to give this a title. Press return. Okay, now I'm going to start writing my notes. But before I do that, I want to bring in my PDF so I can look at the highlighted words that I've actually made notes of. To do this, I'm going to use split screen. So let's get rid of my keyboard by tapping the keyboard button at the bottom right corner. If I take my finger and then just swipe up gently from the bottom, I can now take my Files app and drag that to the right. And then if I tap on my Vikings, now I've got my PDF here and there is my highlighted words. So I can just make that a little bit bigger so I can see it. So now I can go over to my Vikings note and write my sentences. Now, I could just type my sentences out, but what I want to do, I want to use voice recognition tools in order to do that. On the keyboard there, next to the space bar, there is a microphone button. I want to press that microphone button and record my first sentences. Now, when you're using voice recognition, you have to say your punctuation. So if you want a full stop, you need to say full stop. If you want a comma, you need to say comma. So let's do that now. The first raid from the Vikings was on a small island in the northeast of England called Lindisfarne. Full stop. Okay, there's my first sentence. Now, what I can do is if I tap my sentence and keep my finger and get the menu up, I can select everything. And now what I can do, I can ask the iPad to speak it back. Now we've got this speak button, so let's press speak.
The first raid from the Vikings was on a small island in the northeast of England called Lindisfarne.
So it's read that back for me. Now, if I want to edit that, what I can do is I can press my finger on the space bar and then I can move my cursor around just by moving my finger on the space bar like so. Okay, there's my first sentence. Let's go to the end. If I press the microphone now, new paragraph. Now I want to do my second sentence. The Vikings slaughtered all the monks in a well-known abbey located on the island of Lindisfarne. Full stop. And then I can start building these sentences up that I want to use in my presentation. That's how you're going to use split screen with the highlighted words on your PDF on the right and then your Viking notes in a note form on the left. The next section is how we're going to take this and put it into our Keynote presentation. So our next job is to create our Keynote presentation. So we're going to open up Keynote. So let's open Keynote. And when Keynote is opened, I want to create a brand new presentation. So I can either click Create Presentation or press the plus in the corner here. Let's press the plus. I want to choose a theme. And then I'm going to create a white, just a blank white presentation. So let's do that. So now I just want to start building my presentation. So first of all, let's double tap and let's add our title. Okay, now I want the P to be a capital. So I'm going to use the space bar to bring that along, delete the P and make it a capital P. And then close my keyboard. And now let's double tap in here. And then I'm just going to type my name, Mr. Poth. Okay. Okay, so in my first slide, I want to change the background so it doesn't look white. So I'm going to choose the format brush here. Make sure nothing is selected and press the format brush. And then I'm going to go background. And I happen to like the gradients. So I'm going to choose my start color as a yellow and then go back. And then my end color is just a lighter yellow, just like that. I like that color, so I'm just going to use that. But you could use any of the presets, colors, or you could even put an image if you wanted to. Okay, so let's go back and tap my screen. There's my first slide. Now I want to add some media to this slide as well, because eventually at the end we are going to convert this into a movie. So let's press the plus button and record some audio. I'm going to press record and then record my welcome message for those watching this presentation. Welcome everyone. This is my presentation on the Vikings. And then we're going to stop. Now I could preview that or I could edit it. I could edit the beginning. So if I wanted to, I could just bring that in like so. And then I can insert that into my presentation. And let's move that into the corner. Now when I play my presentation now by pressing the play button, I tap the screen. There is my recording. Okay. So now let's add our new slide. So we're going to add our first new slide, and I'm going to choose the bullet pointed list here as the first slide I'm going to choose, title and bullets. So I'm going to tap my edit here and I'm going to put in my title. So this is my first slide on my facts about the Vikings. How did the Vikings invade England? Question mark. Okay, here's my first question. Now I can double tap in here and I can start adding my facts about what happened. Now, what I'd like to do is I'd like to use the split screen in order to bring my notes up. So let's drag from the top and then get my notes and bring that over like so. And now I'm just going to make this third screen like so, because then I just got more screen space for my presentation and I can write some of those facts in here. So my first one, I'm going to double tap and then I could just copy and paste that over. So I'm going to select this and let's select it. And I'm going to drag that over to here. Now, as you can see, it's changed the font in there. So I need to change that font back. So let's select all this like so. And then what I can do is I can press the paintbrush. Let's close my keyboard here. So I'm going to make that 40 like so. And then I'm going to scroll down and use the bullet points and add my bullet point back like so. And there's my first bullet point of my notes. Okay, so then press return and then I'm going to add my second one. So the Vikings slaughtered. All right, and then I need to do the same. And I can shrink this down. I can just make this and put this in the middle. I can change that. All right, so there's my facts. I can now swipe this to the side to get my full screen up. So now what I can do is I can add my voice in here as well. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to add a slide. I'm going to add audio recording and I'm going to record everything that's on the screen. So let's press record. How did the Vikings invade England? Now I can insert that and then put this somewhere on the screen like so. I could change the background there if I want to, but I'm just going to leave this as white. Okay, so then what you would do is you would start building up these different slides. So I would then go maybe to the next one. So I'm going to choose a different slide for this one. I'm going to choose this particular slide, which has got an image on. Now I'm going to double tap in here. I could bring my notes back, but I haven't made any more notes on this. So I'm just going to improvise on this. So I'm going to press the microphone button. Okay, so I'm going to tap on here and then I'm going to double tap. And this time I'm going to use the microphone to write my sentence. And then I could write another sentence and then keep going and so forth. But you can see here, I've also got a picture. So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to tap on the picture and delete it. And I'm going to bring up Safari and find an image that I can pull in. So again, swipe up, bring in Safari and make it split screen. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open a new tab and I'm going to search for something on the Vikings. Okay, I'm going to go to Images. And I'm going to take one of these pictures here. So let's choose this one here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag that picture into my Keynote like so. And now I can get rid of Safari by clicking on that line in the middle and dragging this across. Bring that back to Keynote. Now let's make this picture just slightly bigger. And there you go. And there is my second slide. Okay, and then you can continue with this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my voice comment. Now, it is important that you get these voice comments in because we do want the multimedia in there. So I'm going to press the plus. I'm going to press audio record. When did the Vikings invade Europe? Well, the Vikings invaded Paris in Europe in the 700s AD. Let's stop that and insert that sound file in. Okay, and I've just noticed there's a problem there, so I'm just going to make sure that I change that to AD, like so. And now, and I've got a space in there as well, so I'm just going to get rid of that space, like so. There we go. Now, there's my presentation. Now, the last thing I'd like to do is add one more slide with my general reflection of what I've learnt about the Vikings. So I'm going to press the plus, and this time I'm going to do just a title slide, like so. I'm going to type my reflection in here. And in here, I'm going to put a video. So I'm going to tap on the video. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the camera. So this is my reflection on the Vikings and what I've learnt. Tap on use video. And then that video will be inserted into the presentation. So now I can move that around. I can make that bigger if I want to. I'm going to keep it there and that's ready. One more thing I need to do, I'd like to convert my presentation into a movie so I can upload that movie to the workflow that's relevant to my school. So to do that, I'm going to press the three buttons here and export. This presentation is then going to be exported as a movie. So let's click on movie. I'm going to use a low resolution, so I'm going to use 720p. I'm then going to change the frame rate to 12. I don't need it as a high frame rate. I'm going to do all slides. Now, go to next slide after means how many seconds between each slide during the video. Because obviously we can't tap the screen to go to the next slide. So it's the video that actually uses these times in order to determine what the time is between each slide. Now I'm going to change that to 1 second. Then go to build after is how much time between each animation. Now we have no animations in this presentation, so I'm going to leave that as 0. Then I'm going to click export. So the video is exported and now it's asking me where I want to share this. So what I could do is save the video to my camera roll or save it to a shared album or to files. But what I also could do is save it to one of my workflow solutions. So if I'm using Shobi, I could save it directly to Shobi. If I'm using Google Classroom or Teams or Seesaw or Schoolwork, I can save it to all of those workflow solutions. So I'm just going to save my video to the camera roll. And then that is now saved in the camera roll. So let's go to the camera roll. There's my photos. Here's my video. And let's play this video back. If you want to share that from the camera roll, you just click on the share button and then you have all those options there. So that is a student research project all on the iPad. Thanks for watching. Please click the like button and please subscribe to this channel for more educational technology videos. Until next time, goodbye.